My daughter, who was doing well in school, dancing, had lots of friends, happiest, sweetest child ever. I thought she was just an angel. Started drinking when she was 14 in middle school, smoking pot when 8th or 9th grade. And at 15, she tried heroin for the first time. She went from a sweet child to a lying, stealing, thieving monster before my very eyes. All it was she was drinking and smoking pot, and someone offered her this drug. It was an older boyfriend, and she was trying it just to experiment. And finally, in February of 2006, I got an anonymous phone call on my cell phone saying, "Miss Katzen, your daughter is doing heroin. And if she did not get in rehab, she was either going to be dead or in jail." When children are going through drug and alcohol addiction, it will tear a family completely apart. A lot of couples divorce over those kind of situations because the mother and father cannot agree on rehab, consequences, or punishment. So it tears a marriage completely apart. It almost tore mine apart. Drugs don't just affect the addict, it affects the whole family. We had to get counseling. We were in counseling for years. As a mother, having a daughter going through this is the most heartbreaking thing that can happen to you as a parent, because you feel like you have failed. If you think that your child's going to do well in school and be homecoming queen or football captain or whatever, and all of a sudden that's not even on the table anymore for your choices, it's heartbreaking. It's sad. As a child, when you make a bad choice and you do something bad like this, you have lost your parents' trust. Do you know how long it takes to get that back? I mean, it was years before I could trust my daughter. As soon as people knew that she was doing drugs, they started disassociating with her. Friends changed. They suddenly didn't want to be friends with her anymore and not inviting her to functions. And then she became friends with just people that were doing drugs. Her whole social circle changed. That was one of the red flags for me as a parent that I noticed immediately. Because of that, when she graduated from high school, she was not invited to any graduation parties. Not one. It will break your heart. So it's a long, long time for recovery and getting back on your feet. She has written us several letters thanking us for everything that we did for her, that she would not be where she is today if we hadn't done what we did and stayed strong and did tough love. That drug is bigger and stronger than we can possibly know for those of us who have never tried it. You just can't even imagine how it just takes someone's soul and their life. Addicts are people. They need compassion and love until they can love themselves again. My advice to all young people is don't try it. I mean, it is brutal.